and thank you for joining us on Connecting with Seniors. I think you'll find tonight's show very interesting. It's a show that I have wanted to do in the back of my mind for some time, involving insurance and long-term care, but like everything else, we tend to put insurance off. And the reason that I have is because I really wanted to have somebody on that I felt really exemplified the industry well, and not just somebody that wanted to talk about selling insurance. And I met Thomas Kenyon at a number of different community events and things that we had been involved in, helping businesses throughout the community and seniors in a number of venues. And Thomas is the owner of Florida Long-Term Care Planners. I liked what he had to say. I liked his approach. And he is a certified long-term care planner. And tonight we're going to find out a little bit about those things maybe you wanted to know about but didn't know who to ask. So welcome to the show, Thomas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So tell us briefly your background and sort of how you got into the specialty of long-term care planning.
Right. Well, I've been in the insurance business for quite a while now, and life insurance, health insurance, long-term care, and that type of thing. A little over a year ago, it changed from being a head issue for me to being a heart issue. And I got involved with a young man, Steve Bruder, at a local nursing home. And I've been bringing him to church every Sunday and Wednesday since then, and have really seen what situation you're in if you do not have a plan in place, which he did not when his illnesses befell him. And so it's become a real passion for me. And at that point in time, I became a specialist and got my CLTC, as you mentioned, and just really want to get the word out about long-term care planning and how important it is and what a difference it makes in your life and the life of your loved ones if you have one.
So let's talk about, just in general, what kind of plans people should put in place and some of the reasons that people should be motivated to look into this.
Sure. The planning process starts with looking at an individual's familial and financial aspects, and based on that, then you know whether or not really you're going to have long-term care insurance involved or not. It's not for everybody, and that's something that people need to hear. And once you've then determined if long-term care insurance is appropriate, then you try to match them up with a plan and a company that's going to suit them well.
You mentioned it wasn't for everybody. I assume that lifestyle plays into that question. Can you speak to that particular end of the spectrum?
Be glad to. The thing that pops up first really is finances. If the individual is not going to be able to pay for the plan for the rest of their life until they would go on claim, they shouldn't buy one. And if they can't purchase a plan that will give them an adequate amount of benefits to coordinate along with their own net worth, then they shouldn't buy one. So they've got to qualify first on having enough assets, enough income that it makes sense for them.
Why don't we even take a step back further and talk about what is long-term care insurance? What is it designed to do?
That's a great question, Michael, because a lot of people have the misnomer that long-term care insurance simply means nursing home insurance. And as you know so well, with